Jen, you've got a news bit.
I do.
That you wanted to touch on.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of email from people about the State Board of Education here in Texas, which is, for those of you who have not been paying attention, our State Board of Education can really bring the crazy. And Cynthia Dunbar, the SBOE member here, she's
outgoing.
Outgoing, but she's still going to be around for a few more months. She was one of those who's instrumental in removing Thomas Jefferson from the world history curriculum. And she claimed that the reason she did this was because his inclusion wasn't germane, as she put it. Even though Thomas Jefferson's writings had a lot of influence on a lot of other Enlightenment ideas out there. So anyway, of course, the truth has a way of getting out. And I've got a news release here from the Texas Freedom Network. And if those of you who are not familiar with Texas Freedom Network, that's an outstanding organization. They are really a very strong proponent of accurate science education, accurate history standards, accurate sex education. They do a great service to the education community here in Texas. And if you want to support their efforts, please go to www.tfn.org and show them some love. Anyway, they have this insider brief where they were talking about Ed Brayton from Dispatches from the Culture Wars notes that Dunbar is scheduled to appear at a rally that was organized by Janet Porter. Janet Porter is the founder of Faith to Action, which is an ultra right-wing fringe religious group. And this rally is entitled May Day 2010, A Cry to God for a Nation in Distress. And according to Faith to Action, Dunbar is going to come to May Day and repent for how we've taught our children lies, not only in revisionist history, but also evolution. How we've kicked God out of school. She will repent on behalf of the education system, and she's also going to welcome God back in. So.
Well, good for her.
I know. Cynthia, if you're listening, please don't repent on my behalf.
Yeah, if you want to actually repent, we can gather the school children of the state of Texas and the rest of the nation together in a video conference, and you can apologize to the people that you've actually harmed.
Yes. Especially all of the young people who have experienced STDs and unplanned pregnancy as a result of your nonsense, abstinence-only, fact-free sex education in Texas. So
there are groups around the nation that are doing the only thing they can. Somebody emailed to say, look, why aren't you guys doing more? What can you do? And the quick answer is this. While the ACA is a visible organization, there's limits as to what we can do. First of all, nothing they've done is against the law. These are the elected representatives that are on the State Board of Education. They can destroy it, and the only thing that they have to worry about is whether or not they get reelected. Fortunately, Dunbar didn't run for reelection. McElroy lost his bid in the primary, and there are people actually challenging them. And the question was posed, well, can't you go to the school book manufacturers and say, you know, we'd like you to correct these mistakes? Well, yeah, you could. It won't do any good because they're going to manufacture school books that they can sell based on the standards that the state has set. The good news is, having worked for one of the publishers before, and I don't have any special insider information or specifics on what the process is, I do know that they publish special editions of books. They publish inserts for states that have different standards. And if you get together in your state with your school boards and say, we need to, as a collective, go to these publishers and say, we won't accept books that were modified to conform to Texas standards. We would like you to publish different books that conform to, I don't know, real responsible education standards. That's about the most you can do. And I know that there are groups who are going after their school boards and grassroots groups that are saying, you know, we're not going to take this crap from Texas anymore. And good for them, because I'm stuck. Apart from railing about it on the show, and on both shows, and directing people to the one organization that is doing a stellar job in keeping the public aware and doing whatever they can to combat this, and that's the Texas Freedom Network. You can go to, is it TFN.org?
TFN.org.
And
yes.
the TFN Insider is their blog, where I think I posted 4 or 5 different links to their blog in the last couple of weeks while these textbook meetings were going on.
Yep.